It is time for the rematch. Round 2 of this Mortal Kombat between the visiting USF Bulls and the Lynn University Fighting Knights. Hi everybody, Sam Gelfand here. So glad that you're joining us live on YouTube. Now, there were good things coming out of Lynn's performance last night. Their defense looked pretty great, actually, all things considered, despite the final score. Brody Dixon put up an incredible performance in goal, and believe it or not, for the first time all year, they did not have a major injury. Yeah, I know, it's kind of shocking, but it's true. And this is also going to be, by the way, the second night of the year where there is no one who has been suspended for the Fighting Knights. So things are looking up as we head into this second game of this series. And there's one big key that's really going to push Lynn University over the edge if possible, and he is right down there underneath us, and that's Brody Dixon. It's kind of hard to see him. He's right there. Of course, he leaves as soon as we talk about him. But Brody Dixon last night put up an incredible performance in goal. There he is. Last year, Dixon only had an .846 save percentage, a 1-2-1 record. It's night and day this season. Played with the Long Island Arrows. He also played with the Junior Islanders out of East Islip High in Long Island. And if he is solid in goal tonight, the Fighting Knights are going to stand a good chance. But do not get me wrong, USF is an incredibly competent team. We saw it all night last night. We have seen it all season, and it is going to be a test for the Fighting Knights. So we'll be right back in just a moment as we're about to have the starting lineups and national anthem. Don't go anywhere.
We appreciate the sponsors making this broadcast possible. Adidas, you got this. Bauer Hockey, everything for the game. Dalmoro's Delray Beach, fresh pasta to go. Goldie's Gang, giving children the experiences of a lifetime. Howie's Hockey Tape, the world's highest quality hockey tape. The Boca Lobster Roll Company, now an independent franchise. The Palm Beach County Sports Commission, unrivaled in every way. Pure Passion Fitness, we do this out of pure passion. Ramen Lab Eatery, where flavor meets finesse. And Team Coalition, techniques for effective alcohol management. Fighting Knights fans, we need your help. Club sports rely on the generosity of viewers like you to afford equipment, facilities, and travel. Your kindness keeps our program going. Simply visit www.linhockey.com and click Donate to make a difference. We appreciate all of your support. Now let's meet this year's broadcast crew. Play-by-play broadcaster and executive producer Sam Gelfand.
Get Lynn's line. Give me a slow, slowly come across their faces. Ready? And go. Get USF. just like that. Ready, take. Keep your zooms really slow and steady. Think of it like your eyes. Let's go back to one. Take one. Give me the flag one more time, please. Or actually, that one hanging up over there. Different view. Ready, and take. Give me their goalie. Ready? Okay, take. And get your land as they skate away. Take. Back to your regular view, good. It is game time in Lake Worth. Thank you for joining us, everybody. Sam Gelfand here with an otherwise entirely student-run broadcast crew consisting of Michael Prince and Emily Luminello on cameras and Hugo Sapazzi, our producer. We're about to be underway. Lynn University looking to snap a 6-game losing streak. Now, in spite of that, because that sounds a little scary, if you've watched any of their games over the past 6 games, they do not look like a team on a 6-game losing streak. They're playing competent hockey 100% of the way, but the injury bug has just been too much to overcome. If you did not join us last night, you may be shocked to learn that 4 of the 6 players on Lynn's opening night first line are currently out with injury. Now, you may also be noticing that Lynn is wearing purple for the first and only time this season. It is Hockey Fights Cancer Night here at the Palm Beach Skate Zone, and we are underway. The first period of play is brought to you by Adidas. You got this. And very quickly, Lynn trying to get something going, trying to be aggressive, something that we didn't see until the second period from them last night. As they're quickly feeding off, there's Ben Merrill pushing up, trying to get something done. And the first save of the year, I've been told, by Jonathan Coleman. Last night and for most of the year, we've had Ryan Koch in goal for the Bulls, and Coachman is facing a test early on. Of course, if the information I have been fed turns out to be inaccurate, you are welcome to correct us. We have a live comment section here on YouTube, and we are watching it all game. If we like what you say, we might even read it out on the air. Aaron Kalua trying to push up for the Bulls, and now he's under some strict defense, having a little bit of trouble with it. That's a turnover now. Skating around is Evan Rocha. Takes it left. Shot is wide, left and high as well. Sent back round the back, and now Ryan Lorius sends it down. And there's a lost stick as well for... There's no... Oh, Kevin Rosello. So, once again, USF does not have an actual printed roster that they have given us. I have a photo of the score sheet on my phone, which we're going to have to work with tonight. However, the improvement from last night is that other than the starters, it is at least in numerical order. Let's just show the people at home real quick what we're working with while we've got a stoppage. So this is USF's lineup. We're going to do what we can. At least it's otherwise numerical. I mean, that's a big improvement from last night. Quinn Judge gets a quick shot off, and Coleman able to get it out of the way. Tie up by the boards, and the Bulls prevails. Some fancy stick handling there as well from Kalua. Excuse me, that is Grant Dietz, as Dixon makes his first save of the night. Expect quite a few from him. Expect some stellar ones from him. If you saw anything last night, if you didn't see last night's game, do yourself a favor. Go back, watch the last 30 seconds of the second period. You will see the save of the year. Dixon with another save, but the rebound is snagged by USF and put in the back of the net. Less than 2 minutes into this contest, the Bulls go up 1-0 off the stick of Ethan Keren. See, the rebound came off of Dixon's pad. We'll show it one more time. Didn't take very long off of that face-off. The rebound goes there, and it is simply just put right back in. Keren makes it 1-0 in no time at all. And the Bulls trying to do it again, but this time it is poked past the red line. Taken down by Chase Stebbins. Stebbins flicks it off, and Coleman puts it behind his back. He's got a little secret, and that is that he is pretty good out there. Stebbins, the sophomore from Enfield, Connecticut, had an assist in last night's contest. Now it is Dietz and Cooper Sexton on the face-off. Lots of very young talent on this Lynn University squad, mostly freshmen and sophomores out there right now. In fact, most of the injuries that have plagued the Fighting Knights have been to their most senior members. One-timer can't quite connect. It is poked out of the way by the USF defense. Now it is one-on-one Dietz. 2-on-1. Pushing up, takes a shot himself off of the blocker and into the net. 30 seconds elapses, and it's 2-0. Grant Dietz with a goal, trash-talking his way back to his own bench. He had help if he wanted it, but he simply opted not to take it. One thing that's quickly apparent if you've watched any of these games this season is that hockey players have potty mouths, to be quite frank. But the good news is that we're on YouTube and we have no FCC to worry about. USF wins the faceoff, and that's something that you're going to be wanting to watch all night, because that was one of the things that gave them the biggest advantage last night, as USF had a much better faceoff percentage than the Fighting Knights did. That shot, Evan Rocha got a stick on it and was able to prevent it from reaching full power. There's a deflection by Dixon. Shot attempt from Bryson Urich. Down underneath us, Sexton simply dumps it out. The Bulls measuring and turn it over. They find Ben Merrill. Merrill, long shot, off the pad. Now into a dangerous position on the ice. Dixon able to get it out of harm's way, at least temporarily. The defense is going to have to pick up the pace now for the Fighting Knights. Cole Dixon, believe it or not, no relation to Brody Dixon. There's two Dixons, and they are not brothers, cousins even. Zach Fleer decides to simply stop, and it goes off the stick of a teammate. Off the skates, excuse me. There's a lot of F-bombs flying from the Lynn bench right now. Nick Noche now. Can't get it off. And now they're tangled up in the corner. Simply cleared by the Bulls. Shot right in front of Dixon is well defended. Max Mudge was the one pushing up. Quick turnaround from Merrill, just trying to recombobulate, find a strategy, gets through Quinn Judge, and right back to Coleman. Underneath us, it's Jackson Keller, who passes it off right to the Captain Towns Haley for the Fighting Knights. Pass intended for Max Ratliff turns into icing. Well, this has started off at a pretty breathless pace. Lynn University has already switched goalies this early, and now we've got Hunter Galgani, the sophomore, in net. And frankly, you can't blame the Fighting Knights being down 2-0 after 2.5 minutes of play. Galgani is a very impressive goalie in his own right. Talking with members of this team, they all agree, forwards, defense, coaches, etc., they all say that goalie play is the highlight of this Fighting Knights squad. 2-on-1 now. Bulls pushing up and getting tangled is Tompakov, Kevin Tompakov. The Knights trying to do something with this. Swing that pendulum of momentum. Coming around the bend is Mason Kaplan. One-timer attempt at Quinn Judge doesn't work. Pass intercepted, and now Kaplan tries to take it down the boards. Taken back by John Heller. Shot near the net deflected. Tompakov with another attempt. Now here comes Dowdy, shot wide. Sent up a prayer from behind the blue line, wide right. And the pace is really picking up now as there are 14 minutes left in the first period. Tried to get it to Jarrett Scapatulo as he gets tied up in the boards. And now here come the Bulls once again. Lorius across the way to Rosello, and Galgani is just too much. Goes right into the jersey, and now the Fighting Knights trying to get on the attack, but it is quickly taken away by Enzo DeRasp. Bogdanov, Deeks' man, takes the shot right into Galgani's chest. He traps it. Going to give the Fighting Knights a moment to breathe. And you can't blame them. With so much going on, sometimes you just need a quick reset, even if it means a face-off on your side of the ice. Face-off blown dead, we'll try again. Hunter Galgani in the net, a transfer from William Patterson University, an ACHA D1 program in New Jersey. That's why he's got the orange, black, and white pads. It fits the colors of his former team. We got to get him some new ones. Got to update the corporate image guidelines. And we're going to get another face-off. And right now, you just got to look at the facial expressions and the body language on the Lynn bench. It's not exactly jubilant out there. There's another face-off win for the Bulls. Lee has it taken away, and Sexton gets tangled up, able to dump it across the ice, though. In a foot race as Don McKiernan becomes icing. You know, it's not just been injuries that have plagued the Fighting Knights, but it's sickness as well. There are a couple of players I've heard, healthy and scratches alike, who are not here tonight due to illness. Quinn Judge was nearly one, but is, from what I heard, cleared at the very last moment. Shot attempt screened, and Galgani can take a big sigh of relief as that one went over the netting. And over his shoulder as well. The Fighting Knights take the tie-up in the boards. And that one gets away from Rosello. He can't shoot it. Some more defense and a broken stick for Don McKiernan. And look at him, still blocking stickless. The Fighting Knights not scared stickless, that's for sure. McKiernan's still boxing out there with no stick. Credit to him, he's working with what he's got. Shot across the way, just misses off the stick of Merrill. Couldn't connect to the one-timer. There's a number 41 for Lynn out there. There is no 41 on Lynn's roster. I'm going to have words with them after this period. Trying to poke it in near the net, but the defense is too much. Even though Golgani falls down, he's able to reset, and the defense buys him time. A butterfly save, but it is It is put in over his shoulder, and just like that, it is 3-0. The Fighting Knights have messed with the Bulls and gotten the horns. A desperation backhanded flip by Daniil Bogdanov. Nothing, and already the Fighting Knights in dire straits. Just because they didn't have any major injuries last night doesn't mean they aren't banged up, and now USF is back on the attack. Long shot, defended by Golgani. Mysterious 41 poked over to Merrill. And the Fighting Knights get on the board. Not so one-sided anymore. Merrill takes the shot back to 41. Of course, it's the player we don't have a number for. The Fighting Knights man of mystery with an assist from Ben Merrill, and it's 3-1. Golgani gets a new water bottle, hence the holdup. And so far, it's almost all been shots right in front of the net that have succeeded for both teams, and you got to imagine they've noticed they're going to keep up that strategy for the rest of this contest. Down underneath us, the Bulls control, reset behind the blue line. Taking it around now, and here's Dietz with some fancy moves. Taken away by Cole Dixon. Dixon dangling, tangled up in two defenders. Across the way, trying to get to it is Rocha. And goes off the stick of Dixon. Cole Dixon is incredibly fast. He has great puck handling skills. But as a freshman, you know, when you've got those kinds of skills, when you're in high school, you're used to the team leaning on you. It's hard to remember that you got to be a team player once you reach that college level. And once Cole Dixon's able to get that passing game nailed down, he is going to be a superstar in this league. He does pass it there to Mason Kaplan. It's 3-on-1 and taken away. Goes across the blue line. And icing. It's an exciting first period so far, that's for sure. We're only halfway through it, and it's 3-1. Minor interference on South Florida, and this is the first Fighting Knights power play of the night, brought to you by Goldie's Gang. USF is not happy about it. And there's Mark Andre for Lynn University getting some clarification. Some more words are going back and forth between these two teams. And that's Max Mudge, who is standing by the USF bench. A talking to going on from the officials further up near the USF bench. And now two more officials are underneath us trying to clarify between themselves. Lots of shouting going on, doing our best to figure out. But it is indeed Grant Dietz who is sent to the pernicious playpen. So it will be a power play. Dietz in the bad boy box. They're sending him off. I've been told they're sending him off. It looks like that minor may have turned into a major. Dietz has been ejected right underneath us. All right, we should be back. And they're still going at that bench. The Fighting Knights fired up. A power play opportunity, an opportunity to get one goal closer, and an ejection for South Florida. Not only an ejection, but an ejection for their hardest shooting player as well. We have seen some absolute rockets off the stick of Dietz last night and tonight as well. 2 goals across the 2 games, so that is a big loss for USF. As the power play is underway, and USF trying to get aggressive with the defense, trying to box out the Fighting Knights before they can even get a shot on goal or even get close to their net. So they're passing all the way across the ice right now, trying to generate that opportunity. Underneath us, tied up. Andre tries to get to it, but it is dumped by the Bulls, and that's a big clear. It is reset. Quinn Judge off the stick. Andre instead at the red line. Tries to pass it off. Has a little bit of difficulty with it. Has to reset behind the blue line now. Finds mysterious number 41. Mysterious number 41 pushing up. 2-on-1. Goes across the way. Finds Ben Merrill. Merrill with the shot. Saved by Coleman. Now here's Dixon. Tries to find Merrill. Pass slightly off the mark. Passes behind to Andre. Sent away by the defender, Aaron Kalua. Galgani stops it, gives it over to Dixon. 45 seconds remain in the power play, and Lynn's only gotten a couple of shots on goal off. So far, this power play has been a big success for USF as mysterious number 41 pushes up, takes the shot himself at his wide right. Merrill tries to get it closer to the net. Off the crossbar, a big opportunity. Now going off a couple defenders' skates. And resetting is Merrill. 20 seconds remain in the power play. USF trying to go short-handed now. Long shot straight into the glove of Galgani. And stopped. Galgani continuing to impress out there. But now there's 13 seconds left in the power play, and Lynn, well, they had a shot go off the bar, but otherwise haven't been able to convert on this opportunity, and that's something that, well, frankly, you succeed on the power plays, you succeed in the game. The face-off is decided now, and what a surprise. USF gets it. Quick shot. Galgani defends. Another one poked away from Galgani. 3 seconds left, and the power play expires. Lynn no better for it, and if that was a motivator for the Fighting Knights to get that power play, to see Dietz get ejected, well, that may be a demoralizer right there for the Bulls to accrue a penalty kill. Still, they're trying to go at it. The shot, or the pass was intended for Stebbins, but went off the skate. Quick shot is defended by Coleman. Can't quite find their man. Now Towns Haley gets it away, and it is taken away by Jacob Duhane. Skating around now is Jackson Doty underneath us. Sends it over to Haley. And now he's called offsides. Line change coming on for the Fighting Knights. And the Bulls as well. I say it a lot, but we do truly mean it. We appreciate every single one of you who tunes in on YouTube. Mr. Mudge, we appreciate your offer for a printed roster, but sadly we do not have a printer at the Palm Beach Skate Zone. This is usually the sort of thing we bring with us like a packed lunch. Besides, it lets me complain more, so, you know, it's fun. 7:04 remaining. And the character of this game is still being decided. It certainly is not what it was a few minutes ago. Shot attempt off the skates, closer to the net, poked away by Coleman despite the attempt by Cooper Sexton. Some more fierce defense. Of course, only taking place in the places that our cameras can't see. That's how the cookie crumbles as Cooper Sexton loses a stick, trying to kick that puck out, just trying to do anything, able to get the hands on his stick, and that puck is sent round the bend. Quick shot defended by Coleman and gotten out of the way, though Ben Merrill's able to get a stick on it. Sent across the way now to Joe Poirier. Poirier, I believe it is. I'm still struggling with the French. We're halfway through the season. Right next to Galgani, the easiest poke in, and it's all it takes. An effortless one-timer, and Zach Fleer has his second goal of the series. Took nothing, absolutely nothing. The easiest feed from Bryson Uhrig, who gets an assist. And Galgani was simply caught out of position. And now if you're the Fighting Knights, you're thinking to yourself, well, what do? You had a power play you couldn't convert on. One of USF's best players is out of the game. They're literally tripping over themselves, and you're just not able to convert on offense. Coleman brings the puck close to his chest. A nice little stop. And there's some words being exchanged between Coleman and Ben Merrill. You know, speaking of the difference between high school and college, one of those big differences is that when you're in high school, you end up playing the same teams a lot more often. You often play with a lot of the same players on travel. As Merrill attempts a shot, it's wide right. You play with all these players, you're familiar with them. You often get friendly, even if you play on opposing teams. Now, when one team plays in Boca Raton and the other plays in Tampa, you don't get that opportunity. And you see a lot more trash talk develop, a lot more bad blood. Five and a half minutes left in the first period. And one of the good things about college hockey, you tell me the last time you saw 5 goals in a single period with time to spare. The Bulls able to clear that puck, and Brendan Patterson has to race for it, one of the many freshman stars on this Fighting Knights roster. Referee gets tripped up. Good attempt to evade. The Zebras got some hops out there. Puck gets blown dead. Looks like there's some talking to between that ref who got tripped up and one of the Lynn players. He goes over to the bench. There he is right there. Looks like he may be giving the bench some sort of warning, though it's hard to tell from our angle. If there's one thing that the Fighting Knights love, it is to fight. It's literally in the name. They get testy, they get fired up. They're a scrappy squad. Underneath us, Bulls poke it away. And resetting, trying to get back on offense. They're so quick at this playmaking. Their setup so speedy. But the follow-through is less successful there. It was a very well-designed play for the Bulls. You don't get to appreciate well-designed plays in hockey too often, as that one goes out of play and into the scorer's box underneath us. Flying puck warnings. At least it didn't go into our booth this time. Longtime viewers may remember in the second game of the season, a puck literally flew and landed right at our feet up here. And they asked for it back. Like they don't have a whole bucket of a dozen pucks down there. You know, I don't mind getting hit with flying rubber. It's the gall to ask for it back that I take exception with. I wanted a souvenir. What can I do? Just waiting for some more clarification, it seems, and we are just about ready to go. Another USF face-off win. Quick shot in front of Galgani. Misses the mark. Now Andre pushing down the ice to Scapatulo. Scapatulo back. And Stebbins clears the net high and wide. When the Fighting Knights get aggressive, they've seen more success. It's just hard to get to that point as Andre can't quite get a stick on it. Neither can Scapatulo. Fighting by the boards now. Scapatulo now over to Andre. Pokes it out to Dixon. Across the way to Rocha. Takes the shot, deflected. A clear for the Bulls as Dixon is there first. 4 minutes left in the first period. It's been a long first period. Quick line change for Lynn University. Past Scapatulo and down towards the net. Galgani with an easy stop. Rocha takes it around. Finds Scapatulo. Cannot find Sexton. It is taken away by Ethan Keren. Past 4. Kevin Rosello making some moves, but it is ultimately poked away. DeGasperis finds it, sends it to a teammate. That was Ryan Lorius. You have no idea how much harder it is to do this off of a phone than it is on a piece of paper. But I digress. 3 minutes remain. Dixon now finding it hard to find the net. It's not about us up here. It's about what's going on down the ice. And right now, there's a final score on the board, even though we're not even done with the first period. USF pushing up as they love to do. It's Ratliff. Sends it down the way to Lorius. Sends it back. Galgani able to stop it. And now Ethan Keren is getting tied up with a couple of Fighting Knights. There's Owen Murphy down there. Cooper Sexton. And Don McKiernan from the looks of it. Saturday night's always all right for fighting at the Palm Beach Skate Zone. And we're just waiting to see if any penalties are getting dished out here, as they often are. As mentioned at the top of this broadcast, this is only the second game of the entire season which Lynn has gone into without a single player suspended for a game misconduct. The other game, opening night. Hey, it's good TV, and we've got a 4-on-4 from the looks of it. Ethan Keren is going into the box for... It says 4 minutes up there, but it did say 2 on the scoreboard. But at the same time, Owen Murphy also goes into the penalty box. And it looks like they have changed it to a simple power play. I heard the ref say 2 up here, nothing over here. Whose power play is it is the question. And Towns Haley is wondering why there's still a 4-minute power play up on the scoreboard. Perhaps the scoreboard operator just has fat fingers or something. It's now down to 2, so it is another Lynn University power play. So after all this, yes, it's a power play, brought to you by Goldie's Gang. Owen Murphy has to be feeling thankful that he avoids the bad boy box as he missed last game due to a game misconduct suspension, which he accrued in Middle Tennessee up in Nashville last weekend. Goes to second Fighting Knights power play of the contest. USF has still not had one. All that out of the way, Lynn trying to keep things on the Bulls' side of the ice, as you would imagine, but the Bulls are not exactly playing conservative defense. Well, now they're forming up a little bit. They're coagulating. Quick shot taken by Ben Merrill, and Coleman with a nice stop. There's a little bit of exasperation on Lynn's side saying, hey, just what do we have to do to get out of this? What do we have to do to get one on the board? If I had to guess, maybe 4-1's Cole Lattis. He usually plays. We haven't heard from anything from him. It could be him. I'll ask in between periods as Golgani makes a stop, a successful clear for USF. Coming down the ice, it's Merrill. With plenty of speed. Now he's able to hand it off to Judge. Back to Merrill. Takes the one-timer off the skate of Max Mudge. Dixon has it taken away. A breakaway opportunity now for the Bulls. Across the way, and some nice defense, even if Scapatullo gets into his own goalie. And they can't get that second shot off. Bodies flying everywhere. 45 seconds remain in the power play. Scapatullo collides with Golgani, but Golgani able to get a glove before that shot could be sent off. Hopefully his glove's okay. It looks like it might have gotten slashed. I hope that the netting didn't get damaged. Those things are expensive. All hockey equipment is expensive. It's hockey. You don't need me to tell you that. 40 seconds remain in the power play, and the Fighting Knights are now just trying to get it on USF's side of the ice. Pass off the mark, though. Now Haley is not able to find Rocha. Instead, it's Mason Kaplan passing backwards. Golgani has to wrap it around. 20 seconds left. Goal is moved out of position. Golgani loses the stick. Has to do it with a blocker. 15 seconds left in the power play, and there have been more shorthanded shots by the USF Bulls than there have been shots on goal by the Fighting Knights. Good resourcefulness from Golgani, but this is simply not what you want to see when you're on the power play. I mean, how much time of possession has there been on Lynn's side of the ice on a Lynn power play? You might say, oh, to be a fly on the wall of Lynn's locker room in between periods. I don't think there's anywhere I'd like to be a fly on the wall less. 40 seconds remain in the period. 5 seconds left in the power play as Cooper Sexton is slow to get up, but he does eventually. Power play expires. That's a penalty kill, the second penalty kill of the first period for USF. Sexton comes off as a safety precaution. Puck is cleared and sent out of the way by Rocha. Tied up in the board. Some more big hits from the Fighting Knights, living up to their namesake. 13 seconds left in the first period. Dixon trying to wrap it around, get it out of harm's way. Underneath us now, it is Ian Urim who takes a shot, defended by Coleman. 3 seconds left. Stebbins, or McKiernan, can't get that final shot off. And the first period finally expires about 45 minutes later. If you need to take a breather after that first period, I can't blame you. A lot going on there. Score is 4-1. That's usually a final score. That's our score after the first period. We've had 2 power plays. We've had an ejection. Right now, it's just absolute chaos at the Palm Beach skate zone. But the USF Bulls do hold a 3-goal lead. The question is, how long will it last for? There's only one way to find out, and that's to join us in 14 and a half minutes for the start of period number 2. Don't you dare go anywhere.
We appreciate the sponsors making this broadcast possible. Adidas, you got this. Bauer Hockey, everything for the game. Dalmoro's Delray Beach, fresh pasta to go. Goldie's Gang, giving children the experiences of a lifetime. Howie's Hockey Tape, the world's highest quality hockey tape. The Boca Lobster Roll Company, now an independent franchise. The Palm Beach County Sports Commission, unrivaled in every way. Pure Passion Fitness, we do this out of pure passion. Ramen Lab Eatery, where flavor meets finesse. And Team Coalition, techniques for effective alcohol management. Fighting Knights fans, we need your help. Club sports rely on the generosity of viewers like you to afford equipment, facilities, and travel. Your kindness keeps our program going. Simply visit www.lynnhockey.com and click Donate to make a difference. We appreciate all of your support. Now let's meet this year's broadcast crew. Play-by-play broadcaster and executive producer Sam Gelfand. Director-producers Anthony DeGasperis and Hugo Sapazzi. Camera operators Mariah Hathorne, Emily Luminello, and Keren Nadler, and other Lynn University student volunteers. We'll be right back with more Fighting Knights ice hockey action. We appreciate the sponsors making this broadcast possible. Adidas, you got this. Bauer Hockey, everything for the game. Dalmoro's Delray Beach, fresh pasta to go. Goldie's Gang, giving children the experiences of a lifetime. Howie's Hockey Tape, the world's highest quality hockey tape. The Boca Lobster Roll Company, now an independent franchise. The Palm Beach County Sports Commission, unrivaled in every way. Pure Passion Fitness, we do this out of pure passion. Ramen Lab Eatery, where flavor meets finesse. And Team Coalition, techniques for effective alcohol management. Fighting Knights fans, we need your help. Club sports rely on the generosity of viewers like you to afford equipment, facilities, and travel. Your kindness keeps our program going. Simply visit www.lynnhockey.com and click Donate to make a difference. We appreciate all of your support. Now let's meet this year's broadcast crew. Play-by-play broadcaster and executive producer Sam Gelfand. Director-producers Anthony DeGasperis and Hugo Sapazzi. Camera operators Mariah Hathorne, Emily Luminello, and Keren Nadler, and other Lynn University student volunteers. We'll be right back with more Fighting Knights ice hockey action. We appreciate the sponsors making this broadcast possible. Adidas, you got this. Bauer Hockey, everything for the game. Del Moro's Delray Beach, fresh pasta to go. Goldie's Gang, giving children the experiences of a lifetime. Howie's Hockey Tape, the world's highest quality hockey tape. The Boca Lobster Roll Company, now an independent franchise. The Palm Beach County Sports Commission, unrivaled in every way. Pure Passion Fitness, we do this out of pure passion. Ramen Lab Eatery, where flavor meets finesse. And Team Coalition, techniques for effective alcohol management. Fighting Knights fans, we need your help. Club sports rely on the generosity of viewers like you to afford equipment, facilities, and travel. Your kindness keeps our program going. Simply visit www.lynnhockey.com and click Donate to make a difference. We appreciate all of your support. Now let's meet this year's broadcast crew. Play-by-play broadcaster and executive producer Sam Gelfand. Director-producers Anthony DeGasperis and Hugo Sapazzi. Camera operators Mariah Hathorne, Emily Luminello, and Keren Nadler, and other Lynn University student volunteers. We'll be right back with more Fighting Knights ice hockey action. We appreciate the sponsors making this broadcast possible. Adidas, you got this. Bauer Hockey, everything for the game. Dalmoro's Delray Beach, fresh pasta to go. Goldie's Gang, giving children the experiences of a lifetime. Howie's Hockey Tape, the world's highest quality hockey tape. The Boca Lobster Roll Company, now an independent franchise. The Palm Beach County Sports Commission, unrivaled in every way. Pure Passion Fitness, we do this out of pure passion. Ramen Lab Eatery, where flavor meets finesse. And Team Coalition, techniques for effective alcohol management. Fighting Knights fans, we need your help. Club sports rely on the generosity of viewers like you to afford equipment, facilities, and travel. Your kindness keeps our program going. Simply visit www.lynnhockey.com and click Donate to make a difference. We appreciate all of your support. Now let's meet this year's broadcast crew. Play-by-play broadcaster and executive producer Sam Gelfand. Director-producers Anthony DeGasperis and Hugo Sapazzi. Camera operators Mariah Hathorne, Emily Luminello, and Keren Nadler, and other Lynn University student volunteers. We'll be right back with more Fighting Knights ice hockey action.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for the start of the second period between USF and Lynn University. Sam Gelfand here, not only on the call, but actually manning the camera that you're about to see when Hugo, the producer, takes it in 3, 2, 1. Yeah, that's me. Hi, everybody. I'm waving. As we're waiting for other camera operator Michael Prince to come back. And the goals are finally being put back into position right now. We have gotten some additional news. It was Cole Lottis who was mysterious man number 41. So that mystery has been solved, and Michael Prince is back. I hand it off to him. So the mystery of number 41 has been solved. It was Cole Lottis. Lottis scored earlier in this contest. And now, the Lynn Fighting Knights are just going to have to get their heads back into the game after that complete debacle of a first period. I mean, how else can you describe it in a family-friendly way? Hunter Galgani still in the net for Lynn University. Galgani, you take one look at him, you say he may be a little bit undersized at 5'7", 140 pounds, but as we have seen in this game, this kid can move. He's able to make up for it. Spent 2024 with William Patterson University at an .890 save percentage there. .908 save percentage with Colonia High School in New Jersey, and all-conference first-team selection as well. As we are about to get back underway with period number 2, we appreciate each and every one of you joining us, whether you're a Lynn fan, whether a USF fan, whether you're in Boca Raton, whether you're in Tampa, whether you are anywhere else in the country or around North America, around the world. We have viewers tuning in from as far as Canada. And if you're in Canada right now, we apologize for the weather. The Fighting Knights coming out more aggressive right now. Ben Merrill is at the very least, though that shot goes wide. Quick pass is tipped and stopped by Galgani. The poke in, and Galgani gets very, very lucky that Jacob Duhaime couldn't connect. And the fresh powder Duhaime trying to send it back around, and it is poked away by the defense. Now the Bulls managed to try again. One-timer, pass misses the mark, attempted to find Kalua. Kalua has it taken away as well. Rosello still trying to set the pace for the USF Bulls. Back out to 21, that's Ryan Lorius. And now the Fighting Knights on the attack. Nochi over to Lattice, misses high. Rebound is taken back by the Fighting Knights. It's Evan Rocha. Pass over to Towns Haley. And sent down to USF side of the ice. Sexton and Urim fighting for it, but the Bulls able to get it out of harm's way at least temporarily. Here's an icing. And this ferocious pace of play is no stranger to this contest or the players within it. Taking a quick look back at the serious luck that Hunter Galgani had. That puck going right through him. Had he not set up just a little bit, he could have accidentally had an own goal. As Urim has the puck taken away from him. And Uric now is on the fast break. Uric can't get the shot off. The defense is too much. Give some credit there to Brendan Patterson, the freshman. Cooper Sexton takes it round the bend and taken away by the Bulls. Losing a stick is Sexton. Long shot defended by Galgani. And Haley pokes it away. Now it's Haley underneath us, trying to find McKiernan. McKiernan can't get to the puck in time. It's an icing. And we've talked a lot about the freshmen on this Lynn squad. There are some big playmakers. Mason Kaplan, a Maryland All-State first-team selection. Don McKiernan, Rhode Island All-State second team. Brendan Patterson, Vermont All-State first team. Cooper Sexton, All-Conference first team in Ohio. This is a majority underclassmen team, and they are proving to be serious playmakers for this squad. And, of course, with much of their upper class depleted with injury, they are the focal point right now. Quick wraparound shot attempt poked away by Coleman. And now it's Bogdanov skating fast. Backhanded flip off, misses the mark, tried to find Max Ratliff. Instead, Galgani with another deflection, back at the blue line. It's Ryan First. Pushing up, Galgani off the blocker. And the line change is being denied, though Lynn attempts to get one off. It's not often you see that. So Lynn won't get to be quite as fresh, as they're going to have to keep the same people out there for this next face-off. But they win one. The trade-off of stamina, I suppose, is experience. As McKiernan is able to get it over to her teammate, Urim pokes it up. Coleman sends it out. First, taking his time, decides to take it himself across the red line. It's 2-on-1. He goes behind the X, running out of options. But he is able to find Bogdanov in time. Bogdanov with the pass goes wide left and high as well. Quinn Judge can't get to it in time. Coleman traps it. Whistle blows. The playmaking ability of the Bulls is second to none. It shows you why they've had so much success, not just tonight, but this entire season. Well-designed plays, well executed, and those two things together can make all the difference in the world. Now it's Shai Haley pushing up and taken away by the Lynn defense. Skipping off the boards, that is still in play. No whistle is going to go. Kaplan fighting for it. The Bulls able to take it away. Now Judge able to find Doughty. Behind a Kaplan doesn't work. Poirier has it taken away from him. Topikov takes a shot. Save by Galgani. The Bulls trying again now. Doughty will try again. Long shot, wide right. And there has been a serious lack of shots on goal from the Fighting Knights. It's been holding them back this entire contest as the Bulls retake possession. Haley fighting for it and kicked out by Owen Murphy. 5 minutes have elapsed in the second period. This one's going a lot quicker than the first period, I'll tell you that. Quick shot. Doesn't work. Wrap around. Andre right in front of Coleman. Poked in! Owen Murphy gets it done! Four to two. It's a little bit closer. Andre and Murphy with the rebound. Takes the shot, and physics does the rest. Marc-Andre had a goal in the first game and assist in the second one. Owen Murphy, one of those freshman standouts that we just talked about from Hanover, Massachusetts. played with the New England Stars at the youth AA level. 6 goals and an assist in 13 games last year. Chase Stebbins interdicts the pass, tries to flip it forward to Jared Scapatulo. Scapatulo gets there. And Cole Dixon now tries to find Rocha. Under some pressure from Kalua, who's trying to play some very aggressive defense, getting up there in a hurry. And Dixon has a whistle blown. He's upset. He wished he could have gotten something going there. A 4-1 game and a 4-2 game, 2 very different feels, especially if you're the Fighting Knights, courtesy of that goal from Owen Murphy. A 3-goal lead. It may only be a 1 difference between a 2 and a 3-goal lead, but it makes a massive difference on team morale. Now here's Lattice. Sends it behind to Nochi. Shot goes off the skate. And the Bulls pushing up. It is taken away from Rosello. Galgani quickly stops it. We want to see the goal one more time? Why not, Hugo the producer? It's fun. Scoring is fun, especially if you're Marc-Andre and Owen Murphy. There's some great teamwork there. Heads-up play. I mean, that is exactly what teammates are for. Shot from the blue line. Quick save by Galgani. You know, at the beginning of this season, Lynn had 4 very, very competent goalies. Between Brody Dixon, Matt Carter, Hunter Galgani, and Tristan Falsetto. Falsetto, the senior, is now settled into sort of this goalie coach role. He's taken a more active behind-the-scenes role, and he's, from what I hear, really enjoying it, and the other goalies are really benefiting from his experience. So even though they've lost a goalie, they have gained something overall, and that is Tristan Falsetto's wisdom. As program director Ted Curtis told me at the beginning of the season, most teams are lucky to have 1 good goalie. We have 4. And even though that's 3, the sentiment remains now. Lynn couldn't quite get the shot off, and now USF is pushing up. Here's Mudge passing it over, and he can't find Rosello. Rosello has it taken away, but regains it. Saucer pass past Dixon into the boards. Dixon backwards. And Evan Rocha back at the red line. Has it taken away. Now Dixon, another stick is lost. I don't even think that he realized it. I mean, that stick got some serious air out of the hands of Daniil Bogdanov. And we're going to have to see if that results in a power play. I only see 4 Fighting Knights on the ice, so it looks like it will indeed. Ian Urim heading to the bad boy box. This Lynn Fighting Knights penalty kill attempt is brought to you by Team Coalition. This is the first power play for the Bulls this contest. Now, the Bulls have been extremely proficient on the penalty kill so far tonight. We'll have to see if the Fighting Knights have the same success. Playing a little bit of keep away, but the Bulls are able to recombobulate. Bryson Uhrig, though, misses his mark. And Ryan First has to scramble to get it behind the X. 12 minutes remaining in the second period. As the Bulls push up underneath us. Coming around is Bogdanov, still holding on to it, still trying to find something to do, anything. Trying to find a moment to breathe as Uhrig simply has to send it off to Rosello. 45 seconds have elapsed in the power play. Shot by Galgani. And yeah, there's another. It's a power play goal. Galgani defeated off the rebound. And it's Kevin Rosello who makes it a 5-2 game. Every time that the Fighting Knights take a step forward, the USF Bulls send them a step back. You never want to confuse UCF and USF. That's a great way to get your lights taken out. My car's gonna get keyed in the parking lot now. My apologies to the viewers at home. Quinn Judge fighting for it. As the power play, of course, has expired, even though it's still up on the scoreboard. That's all right. They're students, they're rookies, they may not know. The Bulls trying to be back on the attack right now, and it is taken away by the Fighting Knights. Saucer pass knocked down by Judge. No look pass, now one back to Judge. In the red circle, taken away by First. Keren. All right, hopefully you only missed a... Oh, no, it's still doing it, even though we restarted. So, what is going on? Well, we're just going to let you know at home that in case things still get spotty, we have the ability to upload a fresh version after the game in full quality. And if we watch this game back and it looks really bad, we will do that because we don't want you to lose our viewing experience. As Andre tries to get it out of the way, instead it is back for Mudge, and the shot misses wide. Mudge now controlling. Poked out of the way by Murphy, cross the red line. Here comes Sexton. Sexton to Andre, shovels off the crossbar. The rebound finds its target. Five to 3. Marc-Andre with another assist. And it's Chase Stebbins with the goal. Two assists tonight for Andre. Have yourself a night, why don't you? Five to 3, and the Fighting Knights are doing everything they can to keep this one within reach. The Bulls now have to keep this one out of reach by the same token. Poirier with the shot stopped by Coleman. He's going to fall on it. There's the goal one more time. Chase Stebbins, an opportunist. And that shot from Andre was a heartbreaker in itself. The inside of the pole, it looked like, just wasn't able to find Twine. As Lottis now attempts to win the faceoff, and it goes straight out of play. He matched up with Jacob Duhane. Once again, we apologize for the fact that the stream is not receiving its full quality. We're not entirely sure what's going on. We're going to look at the computer in between periods, perhaps restart the entire program if we have to. As Cole Lattis has it taken away. And it is quickly shoveled in by Kevin Rosello, his second of the night, and it remains a 3-goal game. Every little bit of hope that the Fighting Knights were able to put together, the USF Bulls shut it down. That is deflating if you're with Lynn University, as Cole Dixon now is having trouble finding his man. It is poked away by the Bulls, and the Fighting Knights take it back. So it's Dowdy pushing through several defenders. Awkward hit into the boards. Attempt to flip it away from the Bulls, and that's still a tie-up. It is finally taken away by Lorius. Lorius and Urim tying up. 2-1 though. The Fighting Knights outgunned, out of play. It's been an eventful game, there's no denying that. Plenty going on up here at the Palm Beach Skate Zone in Lake Worth, Florida. It's Hockey Fights Cancer Night, hence the purple jerseys for Lynn University, a special one-time-a-year only arrangement. They're raising money out in the concourse, and we're going to try to find out in between periods just how much they've raised. Shot is wide over the net. But it's so great that we're able to raise some money as that shot is blocked. A couple off the side of the net. A scramble in front of the net, and Lynn is not able to connect. If willpower translated directly into goals, there would be one right there, but it doesn't. Not just willpower, but skill as well, and 100% concentrated power of will. Something reason to remember the name. It's just been a long time since I've heard that song. Back past the red line for the USF Bulls. Wraparound attempt defended, and they've got to try again. Keren in trouble. Ratliff sends it out to first. Across the way, long shot attempt, tries to get it right in front of the net. Golgani, with the help of Patterson, able to defend it. 7 minutes remaining in the second period. Lottis on the fast break, right side, takes the shot. Stopped by Coleman. The pass is deflected. Lottis, saucer pass now. Shot off the skate. Second time off the stick. Some bad luck for Ben Merrill. And a clear does not result in icing. 6:30 left. Pass off the stick of Lottis. And taken away as well from Nochi. Past Patterson, past Lottis. USF has their momentum halted, and we may have a fight. We've got a horse collar. And we've got to have some separation between Nick Nochi and Zachary Fleer. Could result in a power play, but it looks like the refs are going to let it slide. They've got bigger fish to fry. Golgani defeated once more. Bryson Uhrig finds some twine. It is 7-3. And at this point, the Fighting Knights got to ask themselves, what are we doing wrong? It seems they almost set a screen for themselves. Uhrig was able to get it through traffic. And Golgani simply had no view of the incoming shot. So yeah, nice shot by Uhrig, but the Fighting Knights stabbed themselves in the foot there. Now behind the net, the Bulls want to do some more damage. Someone loses a stick underneath us. That was Pearson Lee for USF. There's a big hit for the Fighting Knights. Puck gets away, and an offensive opportunity is avoided. At least if you're... Hopefully this restart works. Looks like we're not dropping any frames this time. All right. Once again, we apologize for these technical difficulties. We're doing the absolute best we can up here. Besides me, this is a fully student-run production. Michael Prince and Emily Luminello on camera. Michael Prince has never even held a camera before 5 minutes before this game. And Hugo Sapazzi, our producer. Shot attempt misses wide. Golgani save. Second one off the netting. Now Nochi is trying to get something going. Sends it backwards to Merrill. Shot is high. Nochi up by the board. So is Merrill. And that just goes straight into the stick of a waiting Bull. That's Max Mudge. Excuse me, Kevin Tompikoff. They're right next to each other on the handwritten roster they gave me. Only slight shade. You can see the Lynn coaches, they just look exasperated out there, and you can't blame them. I mean, Hunter Golgani in goal is a fantastic goalie. We've seen it all year, but he's being defeated over and over again due to defensive mistakes. Ask any New York Rangers fan, a good goalie cannot carry your entire team. Rangers fans have seen this for about 15 years now. Wraparound goal attempt from Scapatulo is defended, and now he's getting tied up. Oh, he goes to the face. We've got a face lock, but Scapatulo able to get it out of the way. Andre, oh, it's defended, and the goal is sent out of the way. Honestly, what's more heartbreaking, the fact that Lynn didn't score or the fact that we almost got another Scapatulo fight? Let's show it. Hugo, the producer, knows what we want to see. The best fight of the year happened on the first game of the year, and we're still waiting for a sequel. Not a game has gone by this entire season where we haven't shown that, and with good reason. If you're a USF fan watching from Tampa or wherever, we like to have fun here. We hope that you're having fun at home as well, especially considering that USF has a 4-goal lead. An errant pass goes to the entire opposite side of the ice, and now USF has to recombobulate. Pass goes off the skate of Shai Haley, and he's not able to find Tompikoff. Duras back at the red line, taken away again, and an expletive is uttered. Backhanded pass shot. I don't know what you want to call it from Marc-Andre, but Coleman just temporarily holds on to it, resets the offense. Tried to go all the way across the way, intercepted at the blue line. Now it's Patterson trying to get out of the way, finds Nochi. The pace slowing down with 1.5 minutes left in the second period. And the whistle goes. The music stops, and perhaps even the sound people trying to figure out what's going on. Oh, there it is. USF's face-off percentage still remains supreme, as it has all game. minute left in the second period. Poirier trying to poke it around, so's Galgani. They are successful. Shot is defended. Rosello couldn't quite get another off. He's already got two, looking for his third goal tonight. Rosello takes the shot. Save by Galgani. Even on an off night, he can sure still impress you. A clear line of sight and clearly a superb save by Hunter Galgani. 38 seconds remain in the second period. Another face-off win for USF, although it's quickly tied up in the boards. And Quinn Judge comes up with it eventually, though he takes a hit for it. Scapitulo pushing up. Defense. Goalie well out of the goal. Coleman still able to stop it with a little bit of help from his friends. Another shot stopped by Coleman. 13 seconds left in the second period, and things are heating up a little bit. Scapitulo draws a whistle. The Bulls got lucky. Goalie out of position. Andre tried to get the backhanded shot off. But a little bit of defense was all it took. 7 seconds left in the period. And the Bulls are just going to hold it. Two periods down. And the Lynn University Fighting Knights are thinking to themselves, all right, what do we have to do now? I mean, remember, at the end of the first period, it was 4-1. Now it's 7-3. It's a total slugfest out there. These two teams are absolutely going at it. It's a heavyweight bout. But Lynn University still has to find themselves asking, okay, how are we going to get through? How are we going to break through? What is that we're doing wrong? How do we equalize? We're running out of time. We've only got 20 minutes left. And right now, it seems that the defense, which was so proficient in the first game last night, is unraveling tonight. And not only is it generating opportunities for USF, but at the same time, it's even impeding their own efforts. The last USF goal, we saw an accidental screen set up by Lynn's own defense, and it cost them. So will they be able to minimize the mental mistakes, get back on the same page, and find some success, bring this game a little bit closer than 4 goals? There's only one way to find out, and I think you know exactly what I'm going to tell you it is. We'll be back in 14 minutes with the start of the third and potentially final period.
We appreciate the sponsors making this broadcast possible. Adidas, you got this. Bauer Hockey, everything for the game. Dalmoro's Delray Beach, fresh pasta to go. Goldie's Gang, giving children the experiences of a lifetime. Howie's Hockey Tape, the world's highest quality hockey tape. The Boca Lobster Roll Company, now an independent franchise. The Palm Beach County Sports Commission, unrivaled in every way. Pure Passion Fitness, we do this out of pure passion. Ramen Lab Eatery, where flavor meets finesse. And Team Coalition, techniques for effective alcohol management. Fighting Knights fans, we need your help. Club sports rely on the generosity of viewers like you to afford equipment, facilities, and travel. Your kindness keeps our program going. Simply visit www.linhockey.com and click Donate to make a difference. We appreciate all of your support. Now let's meet this year's broadcast crew. Play-by-play broadcaster and executive producer Sam Gelfand. Director-producers Anthony DeGasperis and Hugo Sapazzi. Camera operators Mariah Hathorne, Emily Luminello, and Keren Nadler, and other Lynn University student volunteers. We'll be right back with more Fighting Knights ice hockey action. We appreciate the sponsors making this broadcast possible. Adidas, you got this. Bauer Hockey, everything for the game. Dalmoro's Delray Beach, fresh pasta to go. Goldie's Gang, giving children the experiences of a lifetime. Howie's Hockey Tape, the world's highest quality hockey tape. The Boca Lobster Roll Company, now an independent franchise. The Palm Beach County Sports Commission, unrivaled in every way. Pure Passion Fitness, we do this out of pure passion. Ramen Lab Eatery, where flavor meets finesse. And Team Coalition, techniques for effective alcohol management. Fighting Knights fans, we need your help. Club sports rely on the generosity of viewers like you to afford equipment, facilities, and travel. Your kindness keeps our program going. Simply visit www.linhockey.com and click Donate to make a difference. We appreciate all of your support. Now let's meet this year's broadcast crew. Play-by-play broadcaster and executive producer Sam Gelfand. Director-producers Anthony DeGasperis and Hugo Sapazzi. Camera operators Mariah Hathorne, Emily Luminello, and Keren Nadler, and other Lynn University student volunteers. We'll be right back with more Fighting Knights ice hockey action. We appreciate the sponsors making this broadcast possible. Adidas, you got this. Bauer Hockey, everything for the game. Dalmoro's Delray Beach, fresh pasta to go. Goldie's Gang, giving children the experiences of a lifetime. Howie's Hockey Tape, the world's highest quality hockey tape. The Boca Lobster Roll Company, now an independent franchise. The Palm Beach County Sports Commission, unrivaled in every way. Pure Passion Fitness, we do this out of pure passion. Ramen Lab Eatery, where flavor meets finesse. And Team Coalition, techniques for effective alcohol management. Fighting Knights fans, we need your help. Club sports rely on the generosity of viewers like you to afford equipment, facilities, and travel. Your kindness keeps our program going. Simply visit www.lynnhockey.com and click Donate to make a difference. We appreciate all of your support. Now let's meet this year's broadcast crew. Play-by-play broadcaster and executive producer Sam Gelfand. Director-producers Anthony DeGasperis and Hugo Sapazzi. Camera operators Mariah Hathorne, Emily Luminello, and Keren Nadler, and other Lynn University student volunteers. We'll be right back with more Fighting Knights ice hockey action. We appreciate the sponsors making this broadcast possible. Adidas, you got this. Bauer Hockey, everything for the game. Dalmoro's Delray Beach, fresh pasta to go. Goldie's Gang, giving children the experiences of a lifetime. Howie's Hockey Tape, the world's highest quality hockey tape. The Boca Lobster Roll Company, now an independent franchise. The Palm Beach County Sports Commission, unrivaled in every way. Pure Passion Fitness, we do this out of pure passion. Ramen Lab Eatery, where flavor meets finesse. And Team Coalition, techniques for effective alcohol management. Fighting Knights fans, we need your help. Club sports rely on the generosity of viewers like you to afford equipment, facilities, and travel. Your kindness keeps our program going. Simply visit www.lynnhockey.com and click Donate to make a difference. We appreciate all of your support. Now let's meet this year's broadcast crew. Play-by-play broadcaster and executive producer Sam Gelfand. Director-producers Anthony DeGasperis and Hugo Sapazzi. Camera operators Mariah Hathorne, Emily Luminello, and Keren Nadler, and other Lynn University student volunteers. We'll be right back with more Fighting Knights ice hockey action.
The third period is upon us here in Lake Worth. Thank you for joining us. Sam Gelfand here alongside this otherwise student-run broadcast crew. The USF Bulls holding a commanding 7-3 lead against the Lynn University Fighting Knights. And right now, the Fighting Knights have to think about consistency. It's been their Achilles heel all night, perhaps even all season. Some lines doing better than others, sometimes the same line doing better in 1 minute than the next. Their defense was highly competent last night. It has not been so tonight. And it sounds like someone, I believe that Captain Towns Haley, is shouting words of encouragement to the Lynn bench. Same is going on in USF, except with more expletives. I think as the season has gone on, they're just caring less and less. Hyping each other up. This team wants to win. It has been 6 games that they have lost in a row, and not all of them have been so clear. I mean, they took Middle Tennessee, who won last year's division, into overtime just 2 games ago. This is a team with plenty of talent and plenty of ability. They've just been struggling to get it together. But now as the third period is upon us, it's now or never. The third period of play is brought to you by Howie's Hockey Tape, the world's strongest hockey tape, as Hunter Golgani deflects a few very hard shots. A third is off the mark and wide left. Now, if USF stays on the attack, that's going to shut down any chance of a comeback for the Fighting Knights. They have to make it a numbers game. They have to stay aggressive. The moment that they take their foot off the gas and allow USF to start controlling the tempo and controlling time of possession, that is when Lynn will suffer. It's what we've seen all night long. Pilatus on the face-off, and there's a face-off win. Quick shot taken by Merrill, is defended by Coleman and sent out of play. But to an ovation from the Lynn bench, simply saying, hey, come on, you're getting the shots off, let's keep doing it. And it's this sort of encouragement and teamwork that we haven't seen too much of tonight. The Lynn coaching staff, including head coach Dave Marie, clearly hoping that it'll start to make a difference. Now, we've talked a lot about Lynn, but take nothing away from USF. This is clearly a very good team, otherwise the score wouldn't be 7-3. And they push up again, but it's 3 against 1, and defense was just going to be too much no matter what. Shoveled off to Quinn Judge. Tries to get the shot off the skate of Bryson Urick. So Judge gets it now behind the X. Waits and resets past Merrill. Shot ends up with Andre. Andre tries to dangle, taken away. And a little bit of a trip there, but perhaps unintentional off the glove. Andre will not get there in time for a rebound shot. Quick shot, saved by Golgani, taken round the back of the way. And as mentioned, Golgani, a very good goalie. Escapitulo tries to find Judge. He's behind the net. Scapitulo, wraparound shot attempt, doesn't work. Judge out to Poirier at the blue line, skating against the boards. Poirier gets it poked away. But Lynn maintains possession. Scapitulo now. Dangling, trying to do it himself. It is taken away by First. Andre can't get the shot off. Poirier can't either. Andre can't. Lots of attempts, but nothing doing. It's still an improvement. That's what the Fighting Knights want to see, is these attempts. That's what's going to make all the difference. Andre takes the shot wide right. Poirier pushing up, doesn't work. Urim can't get to it. Poirier underneath our position. Pass behind the net and sent around. Haley with a hit to the back. Urim takes it. Saved by Coleman. The Fighting Knights still a possession. Pass Poirier to Haley as Jackson Dowdy is now out there. Shot by the Bulls goes wide left. Rebound doesn't work either. Attempts from Shai Haley there. No relation to Towns Haley on the other squad. At least that I know of. Now Tompikov pushing up. Tries to find Haley. He goes off the boards. And Rocha's right there to take it away. The Fighting Knights have definitely come out energized. It's a different feel than we had in the past period. And USF's on the back foot right now. That's exactly where the Fighting Knights want to keep them. There's an icing, and this breathless pace will settle down for just a brief moment. But each of these periods has started out as a breathless pace before things have started to slow down. Face off in USF territory now. Dixon, wraparound attempt. McKiernan, Coleman has to fall on it. And Sexton gets a little testy. You know, the average player on Lynn University is quite a far ways away from home. 1,324 miles to be specific. I believe that's the most well-traveled team in college hockey south. It's 36,000 miles just to get to Lynn University combined. Most of this team from the Northeast, a lot from Long Island, a lot from Massachusetts. Players from Minnesota on the Fighting Knights as well, a few players from Canada. From Quebec and Alberta even. Takeaway by the Fighting Knights. Here's McKiernan. McKiernan can't quite find Nochi. Sexton trying to push up. Nochi trying to take advantage. McKiernan's shot is just deflected. Now Coleman's out of position, but Nochi has it taken away. Lattis can't get it off in time, and it's back to effectively full strength as Lattis gets knocked down, and USF actually collides for a moment. It seems that both teams are experiencing a small comedy of errors. Lorius pushing up to Ratliff. Taken away. Lattis. Fierce defense, just trying to do something. Huge hit, loses the stick. That was a three-body check. Rocha gets knocked down, and a whistle finally blows. The Fighting Knights still trying to stay loud on their bench. Taking a look at this hit from earlier. Lotta sent spiraling, and his stick nearly hits the rafters. And that'll result in a power play for Lynn University, brought to you by Goldie's Gang, their third power play of the night, as Max Mudge is sent into the pernicious playpen. Cole Dixon now to Merrill. Lynn 0 for 2 on the power play tonight. Stopped by Galgani and sent back out to Lottis underneath us. Merrill, quick handoff. Judge, long shot, snagged by Coleman. And 25 seconds have now elapsed in that power play. You never want to be shut out on power plays in a game, and it could be a huge help to the Lynn morale, as there's that hit from earlier. Simply to get one going. USF wins another face-off, though, and they could go on a shorthanded opportunity, pushing up, but to no one in particular, goes off the back of the net, and Cole Dixon controls. So now Lynn resets. The USF defense playing up, now trying to form that wall. Across the way to Andre. Trying to find a friend in the corner, but the defense has a ferocious clear from the Bulls. Now it slows down again, less than a minute remaining in the power play, as Merrill is just trying to get away from some extremely aggressive defense played by Aaron Kalua. Kalua had a goal in the last game. He's been relatively silent tonight, stopped by Galgani. And he's just going to hold on to it. 35 seconds remain in this power play as we get a line change for Lynn. You can say a lot of things about this game. You can't say that it hasn't been action-packed and eventful. Lynn eventually wins that face-off, but not without lots of effort. And Rocha is currently on the fast break, trying to take it around the net. And it is cleared by the Bulls. Once again, 15 seconds remain in the power play. Galgani gets it out of the way. Finds Scapatulo. Scapatulo, though, is tied up with Bogdanov. Bogdanov, competing with Kaplan, has it taken away. Shot goes wide right. And we are back to full strength. Lynn is 0 for 3 on the power play tonight. But they're still playing fast. Doughty taken away. 2-on-2, 3-on-2. Shot is, well, the stick was just a little too high. Wasn't able to get any power off of it. And there's an icing. It's always a good day to have a lobster roll from our friends at the Boca Lobster Roll Company, but today is also Mashed Potato Day. It is International Sloth Day. It is the birthday of Zac Efron and Chicago legend Mike Ditka. There's a certain contingent of Chicago fans who might tell you that if Mike Ditka was on the ice right now for Lynn University, the score might be 67-2. 2 goals because he let them have some. But right now, the Knights are having some real trouble with doubles. And Galgani makes another stop. We're getting another face-off now. Another USF face-off win. Now competition underneath us. USF gets there first. Tries to send it out of the way, and now they're on the break. Galgani, though, flicks it away. Could have been a big opportunity there for Rosello. Rosello gets it back. Finds a friend, finds another. Rosello's shot is deflected. Cole Dixon putting his body on the line. Another pass intercepted by the Bulls and sent across the way to no one in particular. Flick upwards, doesn't find anybody either. Saucer pass too high. And now McKiernan has to take it round the way himself. Gets out of the 2-on-1 position. It's a full court press effectively from USF. Save by Golgani off the blocker. Shot attempt by Lorius. Around the way, Dixon with another stop on defense, even though he's a forward. Here's Urim. Pass is intercepted by Lorius. Lorius dangling. Poirier pokes it out. At least stalls him temporarily as McKiernan comes around to give him some more trouble. Backhanded pass as Lorius is knocked down to the ground. Poirier behind the net to McKiernan. Save by Golgani. And Lynn's bench still trying to fire up. So is Marc-Andre. Backhanded pass to Judge. Doesn't quite connect to Andre right in front of the net competing. And it is eventually taken away by First. But now here's Scapitulo. Scapitulo weaving around. Can't find Judge. Taken away. Max Mudge pushes back to the opposite blue line. Less than 10 minutes remaining in this contest unless Lynn can score 4 goals in 10 minutes. Perhaps improbable, not impossible. I mean, we saw 2 goals within a minute and a half to start this game. You never know what you're going to see on the ice. Any given Saturday. But now First, skating fast, takes the shot, sent away by Golgani. Judge now. Past the blue line, finds Nochi. Taken away by First. Nochi and Judge just trying to do something. But USF maintains possession. Saucer pass flicked up into the air, batted down by Keren. 9 minutes left. Keren up to Mudge. Now Mudge slowing down. Nochi. Kaplan. Stopped by Golgani near the net. Dangerous position. That goes wide right. And the defense is hitting a little bit harder. Mudge underneath our position. And a long shot from Jackson Keller goes off the shin. That had to hurt. That's why they wear the pads. Keren now, across the way to Ratliff. A big hit on offense. You don't see that too often. Shot off the post. Good attempt from Bogdanov. He's got a lot of power. And it's really no wonder that USF has had so much success this year. Gets away from Haley. And now Fleer tries to find a friend. He can't do so. Keller off the boards. Uhrig out to Fleer. Shot near the net off the post. And that's a replay special right there. That might have hit the interior of the post, but instead turns into an icing. And the Fighting Knights may have gotten a very lucky break. Let's take a look at it again. No, that just barely hit the exterior. That was millimeters away from another goal. .37 left in this one. Pushing up off a few, Golgani. Anyone's going to have a bit of trouble with that shot if it goes off of 4 attackers, defenders, etc. It's going to do some weird things in the air. Pass to Lattice off the mark. And Keller resetting. Bogdanov dumps it off to Uhrig. Can't find Bogdanov. Instead, it's back to Keller. At the blue line, 7 minutes remain. Pushing up, save by Golgani. Uhrig tried to flick it in right in Golgani's face, but he rejected that idea in a hurry. Poirier has it taken away. Gets it back. Hits into the boards. It is Lattice and Heller now down at the boards, and now it's Dixon at the opposite blue line. Some good news that, of course, it is Hockey Fights Cancer Night, and Lynn University, I've just been told, has raised just about $1,000 during this game for the Cancer Institute, the Lynn Cancer Center at the Boca Memorial Regional Hospital. The Boca Raton Regional Hospital. Want to make sure I get that right, but that is the Lynn Cancer. The Lynn Cancer Center is. There's some talking to Quinn Judge, and he's heading off. We might have a power play. Oh, he's just being sent back to the bench. Never mind. Quick shot. Goes wide left. Even if the Fighting Knights haven't done so good on the ice, they have done some good at the game tonight, raising nearly $1,000 for cancer research. As Lattice tries to get one in, but it is taken away by the defense. 5.5 minutes remain. Rocha shot off the skates. Off Rocha now to Dixon. Cole Dixon dangling. Loses his balance, taken away. Offensive opportunity, saved by Golgani! What a beauty! Golgani's aging like a fine wine in this one. Another pad save! Backhanded shot saved as well! Another shot, Golgani defends, and another, 4 in a row. Hunter Golgani is on fire. Goalie comes well out of the net. Someone on the Lynn bench shouts, hit the goalie. You know, that's a great way to take a right hand to the face. Not like the Fighting Knights are strangers to it, but even so, probably a result best left avoided. Judge with a pass to Scapitulo. Scrappy fighting for it. Coleman able to stop it. Now it's behind the net, and the USF Bulls recover the puck. First, the pass to Tompakov. Shot wide left. Icing generated with almost exactly 4 minutes left. Another look at those saves from Hunter Golgani, who once again the score does not reflect his ability. Those 7 USF goals really speak more to the skill of USF and an inconsistent Lynn defense than it does to Golgani's goaltending abilities. And as you can clearly see, I mean, USF has been shooting the puck harder than I would venture to say any opponent that the Fighting Knights have faced so far at home this year. That's a hard thing to deal with. One-timer attempt defended by Owen Murphy. Back out off the glove. Golgani with yet another save. That was Tompakov who took it. Big tie-up, and Cooper Sexton takes a nasty hit. He is down. And we've got a scrum. Couple of fights going on now, trying to defend Sexton, who's looking like he's having a hard time shaking that off, and you can't blame him. That was ugly. Teammates stepping up in his defense. And it looks like that may be the end of the night for Cooper Sexton. We're going to show it to you once and not again because that was not pleasant. Now we're just waiting, it looks like, for possibly some medical guidance, possibly to see if anyone's going to get a penalty here. Towns Haley, the captain, talking with one of the officials. Trying to eavesdrop, but they're just talking a little too quietly. And it's going to be a 4-on-4. Penalties all around. Of course, fighting at this level of hockey is not legal. It's not encouraged. But these things still happen. I mean, when your player takes a hit like that, you have to go to bat for him. And now some Fighting Knights shouting with the referees. Trying to plead for a power play and not a 4-on-4, but as it, including head coach Dave Marie, is now conferencing with several officials. As it stands right now, Enzo DeGasperis of USF and Mason Kaplan of Lynn University are heading off for 2 minutes each. And we're still waiting for guidance for exactly what's going to be happening here, but as of right now, as it stands, it is a 4-on-4. And that's what we'll have as play resumes. Lattis tried to get a quick shot off, but it didn't quite work out. Lynn has been very successful in the 4-on-4 so far this season. They can work well at a fast pace as Lattis sends it out to Haley. Haley sniping from the blue line. A save by Coleman. You gotta love when players not afraid to take shots from that sort of distance. 3 minutes remain in this contest. Poirier now over to Lattis, takes the shot, stopped by Coleman. Lynn University, let's not forget, injury depleted. 4 of their 6 opening day starters on injured reserve. Dealing with injuries, dealing with travel, heartbreak, everything you could possibly face in terms of adversity for a hockey team. They've faced it this year. And at this point, they're getting tired of moral victories. They want real victories. Haley pushing up to Merrill. Merrill to Poirier. Lattis has a shot attempt high. 45 seconds remain in the 4-on-4. Lattis 3-on-1. Taken away, 30 seconds remain. Whistle blows. Cooper Sexton is back on the ice. Clearly the trainer took a look at him and feels that Sexton is still good to play. And if he was able to escape serious harm from that hit, he is extremely lucky. The Ohio All-Conference first-team selection just last year. There's 20 seconds left in the 4-on-4. What a power move, though. Taking a hit like that and still coming back in the resulting power play. There's 10 seconds remain in the 4-on-4. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, to join us for our next home game here on the Lynn University Ice Hockey YouTube channel. It'll be November 1st against FAU. As Sexton tries to get it to Andre, they can't do anything. 5 seconds left, and the 4-on-4 expires. A big hit from Sexton. A little bit of revenge as Andre dangling himself up against the net. Saved by Coleman, and we're getting another scuffle. It's a full-on fist fight. Marc-Andre throwing haymakers. Ryan first and Marc-Andre. Last night, the USF Bulls called Andre a caveman. I think he took it personally. Getting fired up out there, and he is more than happy to head to the bad boy box. Goal is knocked out of position, and we've got a USF player who's pulling on his neck guard. I'd like to see that again. As we're waiting for confirmation, that's Marc-Andre and Jacob Duhaime going at it. One more time, just for fun. We were waiting for things to boil over all night long. And things finally came to a head, and we've got another ejection. Duhaime has been tossed. 2 ejections for the USF Bulls tonight.
And Andre's gone as well.
Marc-Andre has also been ejected. He is walking off the ice. Marc-Andre sent off. 3 ejections tonight between these two teams. And Lynn University's 1-game game misconduct penalty streak has come to a close. Or game misconduct-free streak has come to a close. And we're just still waiting for confirmation to see exactly how the officials want to proceed from here. Saturday night is all right for fighting. Doesn't take Elton John to tell you that. We know for sure that Duhaime is sent off and someone will take his place in the penalty box. You have to imagine that Andre will be penalized as well if he was ejected, but right now it's reading as a Lynn University power play. 5-on-4, according to the officials. So yeah, somehow Lynn escaped punishment for that kerfuffle, that fracas. And it's a Fighting Knights power play brought to you by Goldie's Gang. Their 4th of the night, though the Fighting Knights still have not been able to convert. And there's a clear by the Bulls. They're taking their time with 45 seconds remaining. It'll remain a power play until the end of this contest. Judge crossed the way to Merrill. Merrill, Rocha, Merrill again. Long shot, skips over the net. Haley is there. One-timer attempt, saved by Coleman. Now Lattis. Back to the blue line, back to Lattis. To Judge behind the net. Thinking wrap around, no, the pass to Lattis. Can't get the shot off, 7 seconds. And this one's all but guaranteed. USF wants to put one in the books. Saved by Golgani. And that is all she wrote. The USF Bulls come into Lynn University's China shop and wreck the place. No celebratory music here, and why should there be? A nice stop by Galgani to end this one. But it's not a jovial mood for either team after possible injuries, after ejections. 3 between these two teams. There is some solid goalie work on both sides of the ice. But at the end of the day, Lynn University is now on a 7-game losing streak. And USF takes 2 in a row against the Fighting Knights. Not the result that the Fighting Knights wanted for sure, especially on Hockey Fights Cancer Night. And cancer wasn't the only thing they were fighting tonight, that's for sure. But a couple of hugs between these players as they head off the ice. Some good sportsmanship, and that's exactly what we want to be seeing here. Lynn University still trying to get something together, recover from this injury bug, and really just find something to smile about. As mentioned earlier, they've had some moral victories, but they are still yet to string together an actual victory in 7 straight games. So, don't forget, we're going to be back here on November 1st for our final home game of 2025. Lynn and FAU, one of the biggest rivalry contests of the entire year. You are not going to want to miss it, so we hope that you'll be here joining us in just a couple of weeks. Until then, thank you so very much for joining us live on YouTube. My name is Sam Gelfand. On behalf of everyone here at Lynn University and the ACHA, have a very good night wherever you may be.